I just want to start by thanking you, Wayne,
Hey.
for being so generous and have such a deep passion and love that comes through in your music for your whole life, man. And how beautiful it's been to know you and to experience your music through all the different moments of expression.
Hey, thanks. There's a lot of work to do because drawing on all of the sounds that exist in the world, the sound of so many different instruments and the sounds that we miss, like I always say, like the sound of the clarinet, which I hear in classical music, and it seems like that's a perfect place for the clarinet to have its full due and different kinds of sounds, things that's written for the clarinet. And then the trombone in creative music shouldn't just be relegated to creative opera, symphony, and trombones. There's even some room for the old little accordion, you know?
It's the spirit of the players, I think, that
Yeah.
to translate your expressive ideas, and whatever instrument it is, that's just happens to be your voice, you know. But like the one thing I really hear in your music is that deep expression of humanity and life, and the fantasy and imagery that comes through in your compositions and the way the quartet plays today, your current quartet, which has been so beautiful to hear evolve through the years from the beginning, you know. I've heard you cats a lot. And this recording, Without a Net, really captures the essence of how you cats are playing together, you know. It's not just what you're playing, but it's how you're playing and developing within each piece, you know. The titles of the tunes give so much direction to me, like of how everybody's approaching the piece, you know. And I'm not sure the process of how you put it together, but the titles of the tunes mean a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Orbits and UFO, the way that kind of frames the whole recording is just a magical journey.
Yeah,
So
like
beautiful.
the UFO. That's why I wanted the UFOs to be spelled out on the album cover. You know, the unidentified flying objects are the notes, and not to be always identifiable. And something that's always identifiable can give you so many restrictions, or something it's taken for granted when you can identify something that's you think is always going to be there. And the other is another one. Zero gravity.
Zero gravity. I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, that's seems like you open a door and you walk in a room and something's already going on. Zero gravity connotates not being forever attached to something that is no longer of no use. So
it becomes unrepetitious. It's
yeah,
and it's free within that. But yet, you know, there within the pieces and the way the rhythm section is making these hits and things, there is some gravity to hold on to play off of and things. It's like it's a beautiful mix of ideas.
Yeah, more of a gyroscopical, you know.
Not on just that piece, but just throughout. You know, the way the music's coming together. You know, and for me, man, I've learned so much about just patience and relaxing and meditating into the moment of the music, so you could shape and reshape things as you're moving along, and that unrepetitious journey is just a natural thing. It's so beautiful.
yeah, like just trying to discover what not to play, you know, not to. Basically, we're actually also doing what we call ear training, constant ear training, so that once upon a time can be spoken about. Like, what do you say after the title of a song? After you say "Once Upon a Time," what's the story?
What's the story?
And
Right.
the story is actually when Danilo speaks about how he thinks about things now. He has 3 children. And that's coming out of that what he's playing. And Brian Blade just got married recently. And obviously, if you play different when you get married and start having children, you
There's a lot of communication and
you have
dialogue.
something else to play for.
Yeah.
To speak about when you're you know, and
Well, you become like 2 as one, or as a quartet as one voice. You know, that those things really are always coming through when you breathe together, and everyone's with the same sensibilities. You know, I mean, playing some with Hank Jones for me was really amazing. Him talking about Charlie Parker and that certain period, about how Bud Powell and Max, and they were all playing with the same sensibilities and making things happen together as a unit, you know. Within, of course, their individual genius and interpretations, there was a breath that was happening.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to be with Hank and have him talking about those things that are happening in today's music with the certain people, you know. That's what really makes it, the communication of it all, so beautiful and clear.